Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Arjun Chaudhary. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Thursday, the 18th of December. A day after Sharif promises to eliminate terror, 2611 mastermind gets bail in Pakistan. Indian forces foil militant attack ahead of last leg of Jammu and Kashmir polls. And ISRO successfully launches Prelude to India's manned space mission. And now for all the details. Indian security forces foiled a terror attack and killed a militant in Jammu and Kashmir on Thursday. This was the second major attempt by the insurgents in the northern province to disrupt the ongoing assembly polls.
Indian Army launched an operation in Kupwara after receiving inputs on the presence of insurgents in the area. An unidentified militant was gunned down in an encounter which began after they opened fire at the forces. The army has also recovered large amount of arms and ammunition from the spot. According to reports, there were 2 to 3 militants in the area. Locals said they heard heavy gunshots for a long time.
हम जब सुबह नींद से जागे तो हमने देखा यहाँ पे कि मतलब कहीं पे फायरिंग हो रही थी। तो हम जब घर से बाहर आए तो हमने सुना कि मतलब बहुत ज़बरदस्त आवाज़ आ रही थी फायरिंग की। तो उसके बाद जब हम यहाँ पे आ गए तो हमने यहाँ पे देखा कि सुनने में आया कि एक मर गया है शायद, और अभी तक कुछ रियलिटी पता नहीं है कि मरा कोई है या नहीं है, मिलिटेंट है वहाँ पे या नहीं है, लेकिन अभी तक इसके बारे में कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं मिली है हमें।
The Himalayan province, which is in the middle of its 5-phase assembly polls, is seeing an increase in militant activity of late. At least 16 people, including 7 Indian Army personnel, were killed in 3 separate terror attacks in Uri earlier this month. Security had been stepped up across the valley ever since intelligence reports emerged of possible terror attack to disrupt the elections. Despite the militant threats, Jammu and Kashmir is witnessing one of the highest voter turnouts in its history. The province will vote in the 5th and final phase of the elections on Saturday. The results will be announced on Tuesday.
At least 2 people were killed and 3 policemen were injured when a suicide bomber detonated a car bomb on the outskirts of Afghan capital Kabul on Thursday. The attacker was attempting to enter Kabul in a vehicle laden with explosives, police said. The latest strike comes a day after 6 people, including 3 police personnel, were killed in a suicide bomb blast targeted at a Kabul bank branch in southern Helmand province. The Afghan Taliban, which claimed responsibility for Thursday's attack as well, has stepped up violence against international military forces as the Western troops withdraw from the war-torn nation. The militia was ousted from power by a US-led coalition in 2001. Pakistan continues to mourn the death of 142 people, including 132 school children who were gunned down by the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan on Tuesday. Many said they feel let down by the government.
The nearly 150 students who suffered injuries in the Taliban shootout on Tuesday continue to be treated in various hospitals in Peshawar. Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and Army Chief General Raheel Sharif visited the victims on Wednesday. The Pakistani city is still reeling under terror and has failed to come to terms with the tragedy.
कुर्बानी राय नहीं जाए, हमारी यही हुकूमत से अपील है कि इनके दहशतगर्दों को पकड़ा जाए और इसी तरह सजा दी जाए, इनके कमांडर को पकड़ा जाए.
Hundreds assembled in mosques across Pakistan to offer funeral services and prayers for the departed souls. Many in Lahore said time has come for people of Pakistan to ensure that such terror attacks don't happen in the country again.
कौम जाग जाए बस कर दे यार, बड़े जनाजे दफना लिए फिर और जनाजे नहीं दफना सकते. मुल्क में रहम कर दे अल्लाह, आप मुल्क में रहम कर दे.
Prime Minister Sharif, who held an all-party meeting to assess the situation on Wednesday, had announced the revoking of death penalty in terror cases. Following the decision, Pakistan President Mamnoon Hussain rejected the mercy plea of 17 death row convicts on Thursday. Legal experts said Taliban associates who have been serving terms in various jails for terror cases will be hanged first.
From last 1 decade, we have been a victim of terrorist attack, and in most of the terrorist attack, the Talibans were the key character. They were the main actors. So therefore, I think they will be the first on whom the execution of death sentence will be carried out.
Pakistan witnessed one of the biggest recent terror attacks when 6 heavily armed men stormed into an army school, opening fire at the students and staff members. The Taliban, which claimed responsibility for the strike, said it was in retaliation to the ongoing Pakistani army crackdown in Waziristan.
Pakistani army claims that at least 57 suspected militants were killed in fresh serial strikes in Pakistan's Khyber agency on Wednesday. The air attacks come a day after the Pakistani army reportedly killed at least 22 insurgents in the tribal areas. The latest strikes, a part of Pakistan's massive anti-Taliban crackdown, were carried out after Army Chief General Sharif reviewed the ongoing operation in the wake of the Peshawar school massacre. According to army records, over 1,500 insurgents have been killed in Pakistan's lawless tribal areas ever since the offensive was launched in June. A day after Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif announced to eliminate all kinds of terrorists from its soil, a special court on Thursday granted bail to Zakiur Rahman Lakhvi, one of the key accused in the 2008 Mumbai terror attack case. India said Pakistan's double standards in terrorism has been exposed.
An anti-terrorism court in Islamabad granted bail to Lashkar-e-Taiba operative Zakiur Rahman Lakhvi in the Mumbai attack case. Lakhvi is accused of orchestrating, executing and training the 10 militants who unleashed one of the biggest terror attacks in India in November 2008. Reacting to the court order, the Indian government said the decision was unfortunate.
The grant of bail to Lakhvi will serve as a reassurance to terrorists who perpetuate heinous crimes. We call upon the government of Pakistan to immediately take steps to reverse this decision. There can be no selective approaches to terrorism. Given the scale of the tragedy that Pakistan itself has faced in recent days, it is incumbent on it to realize that no compromise can ever be made with terrorists.
The prosecutor in the Mumbai attack trial said Lakhvi got bail because the prosecution team in Pakistan failed to produce strong evidence against him.
Pakistani prosecuting agency had not charged Zakiur Rahman Lakhvi for criminal conspiracy. Why? Why you are expecting and anticipating that India should provide you evidence? Criminal conspiracy was hatched in Pakistan. You are supposed to collect the evidence. You don't want to collect sufficient evidence and you are blaming India.
Defense analysts said the move has exposed the double standards of Pakistan with regard to terrorism.
Thankfully, the Pakistanis, by giving a noted terrorist like Lakhvi bail, have only reaffirmed what they are all about and what we are all about. It's a gravely provocative act from the Pakistani side, especially the circumstances in which this man has been released.
Lakhvi's bail also comes a day after the Mumbai attack mastermind Hafiz Saeed accused India of being behind the Peshawar school attack. Saeed, who has a $10 million bounty on him, also said he would carry out terror strikes in India to avenge the killing of over 140 people. One of India's most wanted terrorists, Saeed is a free man in Pakistan despite mounting evidence linking him to the 2008 attack.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauded the space scientists after India inched a step closer towards its human spaceflight program by successfully launching its largest rocket on Thursday. A report.
Indian Space Research Organisation or ISRO successfully launched the country's heaviest rocket GSLV Mark III early on Thursday. The geosynchronous satellite was blasted off from its spaceport in southern Sriharikota. The three-stage rocket is the second largest in the world liquid and cryogenic stage and is nearly 50% heavier than the existing GSLV. Weighing 630 tons, the rocket also carried the Crew Module atmospheric re-entry experiment to test the ability of the human space module to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. ISRO scientists said it will make India self-reliant in launching heavier communication satellites apart from boosting the economy.
हम लोग खुद ही करने लग जाएंगे, उसका मतलब है कि हम लोग कम लागत पर हमारे अपने सैटेलाइट्स को लॉन्च करेंगे, तो इकोनॉमिकली ये हमारे लिए बेटर होगा. दूसरा, दूसरे देशों के जो सैटेलाइट्स हैं वो हमसे लॉन्च करवाएंगे कम कीमत पर, तो हमारे इकोनॉमी जो है स्पेस इंडस्ट्री की वो ज्यादा बढ़ेगी.
The success of the module, which will make India the fourth country in the world to have the technology of sending humans into space after the US, Russia and China. ISRO had in September successfully launched its maiden Mars mission Mangalyaan, catapulting India into the elite league of nations which have successfully sent missions to the Red Planet.
It has enthralled cinefans with its Cinderella romance ever since its release 2 decades back, and it still continues to shine bright on the silver screen as one of Bollywood's biggest films attains yet another feat. Let's take a look at what all went behind making it a legacy.
When you talk about fairy tale romances, you cannot miss Indian cinema's favourite film Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, which gave Bollywood one of its biggest on-screen pair. As the blockbuster, fondly called DDLJ, completed its 1,000 weeks of theatrical run recently, Bollywood continues to be in a festive mode. Lead actors Shahrukh Khan and Kajol chose to celebrate the success at Maratha Mandir in entertainment capital Mumbai, where the film has been running uninterrupted ever since its release in 1995. The duo, who took the theatre by storm, thanked their fans for the unending love and support all these years.
We've finished nearly 20 years over here, and as he said, it's the longest running film. We've actually done it worldwide. It's in the history of mankind. So history of cinema को देखा जाए तो 100 साल लग गए सिनेमा को, और उसमें से 20 साल दिलवाले ने ले लिए.
The pair also got together to launch a book about the film and relive memories of the cult romantic drama.
You know, more than you being here for an important film, historically or cinematically, I just want to thank you personally for allowing us to indulge in this moment, because we really haven't had this time for 20 years ever. We didn't know this film is so important.
The film not only made protagonists Raj and Simran redefine the Bollywood romance in a dreamy manner, but also helped debutant director Aditya Chopra carve a niche for himself. The iconic film also remains a milestone for veteran actors Amrish Puri, Anupam Kher, Farida Jalal and Satish Shah. It further set the career graphs of filmmaker Karan Johar, stylist Anita Shroff and Manish Malhotra, and actors Mandira Bedi, Parmeet Sethi and Pooja Rupril. Kher recalled why the film would always remain special for him.
I have great memories of Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. It's completing its 1,000 weeks, which is a record in itself, which is phenomenal. And that film, when I was shooting for, I always knew that this will be a landmark, but never thought that it will reach this stage. But as I say in my life, life mein kuch bhi ho sakta hai.
Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge revolves around Raj and Simran, who met while on a trip to Europe and eventually fall in love. As the movie traces their slow and long journeys into themselves and into a space of freedom and expression, it also shows the struggle of Raj to convince Simran's strict father. DDLJ is ranked at 12th spot on the British Film Institute's list of the top Indian films of all times. It also remains the longest running film in the history of Indian cinema.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. A day after Sharif promises to eliminate terror, 2611 mastermind gets bail in Pakistan. Indian forces foil militant attack ahead of last leg of Jammu and Kashmir polls. And ISRO successfully launches Prelude to India's manned space mission. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter at SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.